All right. So let me see. Can you guys all, you see me all right? Because the recording is only showing Tammy for some reason. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna mute everybody out really fast. And then at the end, you guys can unmute yourself. So hopefully that'll help. Okay. So hold on, I still have all these things to do. Okay, so we had such a great weekend, and what we have found is that when we come home from doing these workshops, what we like to do in the last couple of times that we've been down there is we really like to see where everybody else, where all the energy is, right? Like where the aha moments. And yesterday when when we taught this portion of the class and Saline went, oh my gosh, this is so accurate. I didn't tell this machine that. When you can get Saline to have that kind of response, I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about this a little bit more. It was good. So that's what we came home and we thought, you know what, we want to share this. And because we do roll through things at the workshops, and there was a lot of new people with us yesterday, and so, and you know, as you start to get the hang of the Healy, sometimes you just need to be able to see things. And so we thought, you know what, we're going to do this tonight, and we're going to show you visually so that we can record and kind of let you see our screen. So I did some screenshots beforehand so we can walk you through. And so we're going to get into the aura tonight. And I know in the past we've like shown you how to make your own frequencies in the aura, but tonight we're actually going to work on how, like, I'm going to give you some work to do weekly to really start to hone in on goals. And let me see if I'm going to share my screen in a minute. But you know, in the aura, you know that like a lot of times when we're working on something, there are things that will pop up, subconscious stuff, things that we don't even know are there, ancestral things. I mean, how many things like keep, you know, getting passed on from grandparents, great grandparents, you know, all the way down to us, and we don't really know how to clear those up. So the aura can really help with that. It can help with soul stuff, all kinds of things. And how many people have worked on something and they keep trying to do the personal work, but they keep finding some resistance. And so the aura, I have found, I've been using it a lot with my coaching clients, and it has been a tremendous, tremendous tool for that stuff. So I wanted to share with you guys that tonight. And I wanted to get a little deeper than we did yesterday, because we had some people that already kind of got to hear this, but I wanted to go a little deeper with that. So the biggest thing, and we had a couple of people kind of reach out to us today, and they were talking about how, yesterday we really talked about taking some time and being present. And so really being present before you start running your Healy analysis. And so I just want to kind of talk about that, because you know, in the quantum, when you're doing any kind of energy work, or when you're doing any kind of meditation, you're present in that. You know, when you're working on a patient, you're present in that moment, right? And then you get effective results, right? So we want to make sure that we're honoring the Healy in that same way. We're really taking that time, because that's really honoring ourselves. So we all know that the Healy works amazing. It's really, really amazing. But when we can start working more effectively with it and using our own energy and our own mind with it and being really present, you're going to get more effective results. So a big part, and I always, you know, just being mindful. I think, you know, we're all doing all kinds of stuff. We're really busy, and it's really easy to just put your finger on the analysis and not really think about anything, or just maybe think about something, or just click start transmission, because the Healy really is that easy. It is like pushing the easy button. But, you know, if you want to have even quicker results and you want to get more clarity and deeper, I would just want to encourage you guys to start doing your own work, and you have the Healy as your own practitioner that works with you, that you don't have to go out and ask for help, which many of us tend to not do, right? So now we get to do this for ourselves. So just take a minute before we even start this, because I feel like this is so important for us to just take a deep breath and just be really present in the moment, because as I roll through this, the more present you are, the more you're going to absorb this, and the more that you're going to see how this is going to be effective for you. So the way I like to get my clients present is just put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, one deep breath, centering your energy in yourself. And then we come from that space. So do that really fast with me. And then I'm going to move into how to use the aura. You don't need to have your Healy on tonight, because I'm literally going to screen share with you. And later on, you can watch this video as you do this with your Healy. So just be present and watch this, and then come back to it later. So I am going to screen share really fast, and we're going to show you where we're going to go with all of this. Okay. So before we get started, you know, we're here in the Blue app, and we're going to go into the aura analysis. Before you even go there, though, I just want you to kind of think about intention, and we're going to talk about that a little clearer. But before you even open up the aura, start to think about, what do I want to work on this week? And this is what I want to encourage you guys, like, take something weekly and work on it, whether that be boundaries, which is what I'm going to show you tonight, or self-care, or clear communication. Or Brian, I loved what you shared this week and what your intention is right now. Do you want to share that?
Leading with my heart. So that's my intention, is leading with my heart instead of my brain. So that's what I've been working on for my last couple of weeks, actually.
Yeah. So we just want to encourage you to find something, and whatever that is for you this week, and think about that. And we're going to work through that tonight. So we're going to go into aura analysis, and from there, you're going to pick on your name. Tonight we have Angel Light. She's visiting us tonight. So obviously she's an energetic person for me, but it's all about showing you where you're going to go tonight. So you're going to go to record aura, and you don't need to really have your intention as exact yet, but you're just going to record the aura. You're going to see this screen, and then you're going to come to this space. And right down there, the pink button says analysis. So that's where you're going to click on analysis. And then when you see your analysis, you're going to see that there's only 3 of these chakras picked. 3 of those are check marked. I want you to check on all of them. We want to see where there is any kind of resistance in all of your chakras, and all of your energy, and all of your aura, right? So I'm going to have you click on all of those. And once you do that, you're going to then click Start Analysis, and it's going to take you to this page. So on this page, you can see I circled right here the focus. My aura is strong and stable. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your little clicker up there, and you're going to backspace on that and delete all of that. And then you're going to write your own statement. So this is where I want to work on you with an actual intention statement. So this one I wrote out just around boundaries. And the more, think about the more specific you can be. Like if you're doing really general work, then you're going to get general answers, right? But if you're going to do this weekly, like I'm encouraging you to do, get really specific. Once a week, pick something you want to work on that week, and hold that same intention all week. And I'm going to give you more of that later. But so this intention I just wrote out: I'm able to set clear boundaries with others in my life and implement them so that I am able to put my physical, emotional, and mental well-being first. How many people on this call need this intention? So I feel like, you know, boundaries for me, when I work with all of my clients, boundaries is a one that comes up for everybody. And whether it's boundaries for work, I know many people on this in our group work really hard to serve, but sometimes they work so hard that they get depleted. So everything with the Healy is bringing your body back into balance, right? Whether it's on a physical, emotional, spiritual, energetic level, you want your body, you want your frequencies to be in balance. And when you're out of balance with your boundaries on whatever that may be, it's going to throw you off in all areas of your life. So this is where just really get clear on what is a good intention for you. Always as though it is right now. I am able, not I'm working on, not I'm desiring, not I'm trying. I am doing. I am able. It comes effortlessly. Really feel into it. And when you do that, type it out here. And then once you do that, before you click start analysis, I want you to read it out loud. I want you to really feel it, get into the tension. What does it feel like for you to set clear boundaries? Feel it as though it is. You know, feel yourself like physically and emotionally and mentally really well. What does that do with your relationships? How healthy is that? How healthy are you? How good does it feel for you to be able to put yourself first so that you are able to give more? I've had many clients talk about how they want to be better partners or parents, but guess what? You have to fill yourself up first. So how are you going to do that? How does that feel? And all in the positive, all in the now, and that's your statement. And once you really feel that, going back to touching your heart, taking that breath, I like to call it one breath meditation. I know, can't remember who I heard that from, but I know the guy that wrote the 4 Agreements. I'm totally blanking on his name right now, but somebody will help me later. But he talks about that one breath meditations. And I use that on my clients all the time because we're always going. And if you could just, for one breath, breathe in, follow your breath all the way down into your belly, into your diaphragm, and all the way back out. It's so centering. So just do a one breath meditation. Hold this feeling, say it out loud, and then you're going to click start analysis. And I'm gonna let you know that I've been doing this for myself and my clients, and I really feel into what my clients' goals are. And my accuracy has been like 95 to 99% for my, like, so accurate. It is amazing the language that's in the Healy. I mean, that's what Celine was shocked about when she ran hers. She's like, how did it know this? You know, there's lots of frequency devices out there, but how many of them have the language that we can understand and speak? And then we can read it and go, wow, I can actually utilize this. Whether you want to have, whether you acknowledge what the results are, it could be subconscious. What were you gonna say? Oh, it could be subconscious stuff. It could be things that you may not have awareness around, but the Healy's picking up on it. Like I said, ancestrally, soul level, all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna scroll up so you can see this was the results. And then what you're gonna do is right down there where it says vibrate, you're going to click vibrate. And again, I want you to hold, I want you to hold that and same intention. And when you vibrate, it's going to ask you for how long. And so this is what I was talking about over the weekend. Like, you know, you have to have awareness around your own body, your own energy field. And so, you know, you may only be able to vibrate on that for a minute 8 times a day, right? Or what I like to do, and that I get really good results with for myself and Brian, we do this, is that we vibrate on it for 8 hours throughout we might run it all day while I'm at work. And the key is that you plug, once you start vibrating on it, you plug your Healy in and you plug your device in that is running the Healy, and they stay charged, and you can vibrate for that 8 hours and you can go about your day, right? So that's where you see these different time frames. So that's where you need to figure out what works for you. But, you know, this week, you know, try some different times out. Like I said, I do really well with the 8 hours, but maybe you only want to do 56 minutes. maybe 2. Sometimes I only do 56 minutes on my clients. Sometimes I do 2 hours, just depends. Once you get that going, then you're going to click start and you're going to see the frequency starting to vibrate. Okay. So when you first make this list, vibrate on it for like a minute, just so that it saves into your Healy. And then you can go to the little home button on the left, bottom left, and then you're going to see this clients and lists. You're going to click on lists. And then you're going to click on, this was the one that I just did, right? And you'll see it. It depends on how you have your search on the list, whether you have it by name or by date or whatever, but you'll find the one that you just ran. And then you're going to swipe to the left, like you hold down on it and you're going to swipe it to the left and you're going to see this. And right here is where you're going to click rename. And then once you click rename, you're going to see the date come up like that. And you're going to delete that, go back on that, delete that whole thing out. And then you're going to get this blank spot right here. And then you're going to type in whatever that intention was. So for me, this one was boundaries. Okay. And then once you have that once you type that in and you click save, then you're going to see it come up in your list under boundaries. So now you have it available for you whenever you want to go in there and vibrate on it. So, and you guys can unmute if you have questions around that, and then we're going to go on how to use that. Anybody have questions so far? Nobody? You have to unmute if you do, because I muted everybody. So, okay. So what do you do with that now? You got that list. What are you going to do? How are you going to effectively use this? So the way to effectively use this is that what I want to encourage you this week is, and this is what we do, you know, I've done this with all my coaching clients, and many of you know that the first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed is the most powerful time for you to hold an intention, bring in energy, focus what you want. So I want you guys to try out this week that first thing in the morning, like have your Healy right next to you. And right when you wake up, before you think about all the things you have to do for the day, or even what time it is, or what are you going to have for breakfast, or what am I going to do? None of that comes in. First thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your Healy. You're going to go into your Blue app. You're going to go to your list, and you're going to click on this intention vibration that you just made. And then you're going to hold that intention, do a 1 breath meditation, hold your heart, hold that intention, and click vibrate, and vibrate for however you want to do it. Maybe it's only 5 minutes to start your day. Maybe it's 8 hours because you want to do that, whatever it is, but do it every single day this week, starting out your day. I think it's so effective for you to start out every single day, holding that intention and having the frequencies to support you in whatever your goal may be. So, and then, you know, at night before you go to bed, maybe you run your Healy, same thing, do that same vibration. Again, just to start clearing that up and helping you to really come into that energy and lessen the resistance of whatever is blocking you from that goal. Okay. And then holding that intention. So right before you go to bed, hold that same intention so that you go to bed with that same energy, that thought process around that positive intention that you made. And that's that for that part. So what do you guys think? Anybody going to do that this week? Yeah. Got to unmute, Caroline. Everybody unmute. Now we're going to talk.
I've done the I've done the aura before, but I didn't know. So I learned a couple new things today about writing in my intention. So I like that. And then also that I can rename it, because I was thinking, how am I going to remember all these things that I've run on myself? Because now I know. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, what's cool is that you can, then you have them in there, right? So each week you build it on, and then maybe you do this once a week for the next 4 weeks. And then you see, like, what did I start with? And where am I at in that goal, right? How is that clearing up for me? Are you starting to get resistance again? Go back and run it. So it's really great. It's in your library. It's like Elaine's library behind her, but it's a library of frequencies and intentions.
So I had,
Mhm.
I think this is wonderful. I had someone that I knew had, well, I kind of freaked out a little bit, a little while, like about a week ago. And I wish I had, I did run the Healy on me to take the fear out of myself, but I didn't think about doing the aura. I've done the aura before, but I didn't really think about, and now I love the fact that I can write in an intention and just run it that way. And I can
Yeah.
name it too. But it helped me. It helped me with the positive. So I was bringing in all this positive energy.
That's
And
good. And it, you know, when you talk about like kind of, and I shared this before, but if it's something like emotional traumas or fears, you know, depends on where it's coming from. Like this would definitely, if you have some stuff that you're resisting from maybe stepping into something, or creating, like I said, creating boundaries or having clear communication, or expanding maybe your business or whatever, use this. But if you have all of a sudden some fear and things come up, just like around maybe some kind of trauma or anything, go to creative homeopathy and use that one. That's really good for
creative
clearing.
homeopathy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that
Remember
one,
that.
and when you do that, you would hold the intention of, you know, I feel calm, I am safe, I have relief, you know, whatever that is for you. I feel joy. And then that would be the intention, and then you hold that assessment on creative homeopathy.
It actually was a business thing.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I work on myself every day, and I do it first thing in the morning, all day long. I do 8 hours, and then I come home and I do it all night long before I go to bed and everything. So I like that, you know, I'm already doing what you're saying. But I'm gonna do more of the aura now too. And now how do you, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
How do you, where you do your analysis and everything, you had shown how it breaks everything down, like each aura, each chakra, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the number 3 mean?
That is a whole nother
That's
training.
another
That is
one.
like a super detailed training that it would be very
Oh.
confusing to get into it tonight. So I don't even want to do that. But
Okay.
if you just look at the percentages on the left, you know, from 99% down, that'll show you how much in resonance it is with you. So like when I was sharing in the beginning that I'm with my coaching clients these days, I'm getting between like 95 to 99%. That means that's like almost completely in resonance, right? It's like on point. So that would be the one that I would look at. Getting into all the numbers, that's something that we may do at a later date. And I think I've seen one video out there about it, and it kind of confused me. So I don't want to confuse you guys. So,
Okay,
but
that's fair.
just read it. But if you start doing it and you read through the results of what comes up, that's where it's really profound, right? When you start to see, wow, yeah, I know that this existed. I didn't realize how much it was affecting me, and bringing that awareness, right? So like maybe it's something, you know, maybe somebody's working on a financial or business, and they talks about financial blocks, right? And that could be that could be an ancestral family lineage. It could be a soul lineage. It's some kind of that frequency somewhere in there that's blocking. So you look at that and then have the awareness from that. Okay. And consciously say that is not of me, like really bring that awareness in, because just having the awareness and reading that is really powerful. And then that's where throughout the week, when you start to see those kinds of things pop up, like say a lot of people have either a fear of money or they don't feel worthy. There's all these things. And so when you start to feel those feelings or you start to see that kind of stuff pop up through the week, it's instantly having more awareness around it. Nope, that is not of me anymore. I'm choosing this. And then you go a different direction and keep recognizing it and saying no, and keep running your frequencies. And it's really, really effective. The awareness. And so reading what the report says, what the analysis on the Healy, use that to help you, not look at it and go, oh my God, that's terrible. I've got father issues or whatever it is, right? There's all kinds of stuff that comes up for all of us. Don't look at it like that. Go, wow, great. I know what my block is. And now I'm going to use it. I'm going to use this information for my own good. I'm going to empower myself now.
Right, to get unstuck.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah, really cool. Anybody else have any questions or thoughts? Saline, I told everybody, I love how you're always in the dark.
Yeah, I
You're
muted
this
my
mystery person.
background. Actually, it looks pretty good in here, so I can unmute my background.
So I told everybody that your response yesterday, us doing this training, is why I decided to do more of it and talk about it a
Right.
little further. Do you want to share what your response was?
My response was, I'm so blown away by how accurate the analysis was without telling the Healy anything about myself. And it's like, it's too cool. It's just too cool. I don't know what else to say about it.
Oh, that's good. I loved it. Like I was saying, I mean, when you hear people talk about that, and so many people in that room yesterday were like, whoa. Like I said, I had a couple other people call us on the way home today talking about how that really blew them away. And also, like I said, the being present in it and really taking the time to hold that intention and be present ourselves with it. And then you get it even more accurate.
I think that that is key, is to be present, because when you're present, you are suspending all thoughts, all judgments, and just being in the moment, that being present to the moment and being curious of what can come out of being in that moment. So it's a fine art. I don't think, you can just like master it right away, but gotta try, because it's gonna bring out so much truth and less distortion, right? What I want to say to you, Don, is I want you to make Donisms. You have some incredible statements that can be very generic, but I would love to see a list of your positive statements that we can use, and just try them out. We can make them personal, but you do them so good that I would love to see a bunch of Donisms, your favorite Donisms that you use. Okay.
Donism of the month.
Yeah.
I can do that. If anybody has any ideas, like something very specific, like send me an email or text of like, write some on these. So if you guys want to help me out with what kinds of intentions you would like right now, I can absolutely do that. So, and like I said, I do use this with my coaching clients. So I have a good amount, but they're really niched in with people. But if you tell me what you want, I can do that. That's funny because the other Dawn that was there yesterday, she called it in. She goes, "Can you just do a whole list of your tips? We just want your tips." I'm like, "My tips?" I'm like, "Sure." But then,
You have nothing else to do, right?
but I didn't realize, we use it so much, and Brian and I were talking about that after she said that. We use it so much that some of the things that we do are so they're just second nature to us. We don't realize that other people don't do them. So,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
like,
But it's,
huh?
so on the analysis, it was to turn a positive statement out of something that you're kind of concerned about, by worried about money, what would I say to flip it to a positive statement? But when you do them, it's like, it sounds like you've been doing them for a while, because wow, I couldn't have said it better, and I couldn't have made it that comprehensive. So that's why I kind of going, if you just did a template of Dawnisms, you could write a whole book on Dawnisms. I'm sure that you have that many, but 365 Dawnisms, but they would be very valuable.
I'd have to run the helium that. That gives me a little anxiety. 365 dollars. I might need to run creative homeopathy for that one.
Well, anyways, because of your coaching and the ability to, succinctly put into a statement that is a positive reversal of the thing that they're suffering with, I going, wow, that was good. How do you do that? But that's why it came to me like, yeah, if I had a list of Dawnisms, so that would just roll right off my tongue.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I will work on that, because
Okay. All right.
I can easily do I could do like a good dozen of them pretty easily if we had like
Okay.
topics. So
Right.
what is your goal? What are the ones you guys want? And then I'll write them out and I'll send that out
Okay.
to everybody. I was
Sounds
just
good.
thinking about how
Yeah.
I was just thinking about Abby, actually, because I see Abby in your background.
Mhm. Hi, Abby.
And I was just thinking about how, has anybody ever used the aura analysis on their animal?
No.
Carolyn has. Awesome.
I did.
You did,
Yes.
Karen?
I have,
Mm-hmm. I did
Yeah.
it when I first got it. Yeah. And I've been running programs on both dogs. So yeah, no, well, I did last night because I accidentally kicked one of the dogs, and she totally freaked out and was screaming through the house. She's very emotional. And so I went in and ran, what did I run on her? I ran the aura on her with the intention of I am calm and in control of myself emotionally and so on. And she calmed right down. It was interesting. And then I did it on my sister this morning.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah.
I have a
So-
question.
Yes, Lena.
When you want to run something on your animal, because I tried today, do you put your own thumb there, or do you put the dog's paw on the print?
So you just put your own thumb. So the fingerprint on there is really just to hold the intention and to run the analysis. And so you're just focusing on your dog. So like Karen had her intention, although she typed that into the aura and did it, but you can also hold an intention depending on where, if you're doing the all Healy programs or you're running the animal analysis, and you just look at your dog, and because you'll put your dog in as you put your dog in the resonance as a client, right? Under animal. Yeah. So then you just hold whatever intention, like Karen said, I'm calm, I'm safe. I was thinking, for you, like I was thinking about the reason this is coming up because I keep thinking of Abby for creative homeopathy, because you know how she gets doesn't like to be left alone. And I was just thinking about how so many dogs that we, or animals, when we rescue them, right, they have that like separation anxiety. I bet you creative homeopathy would really help her.
I agree. I'll try that.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's
And then-
listening.
I know.
And how long can you vibrate on the dog?
So animals are pretty sensitive. Karen, how long did you vibrate on your dog?
I think 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
usually what my go-to is for animals is 12
Yeah.
minutes. But sometimes 26, or I might do a few, like you might do 12 minutes and then see how they respond. And then maybe you do another analysis, like say you do creative homeopathy for 12 minutes, but then say you go into the animal programs and do an analysis there, and maybe you vibrate on that for 12 minutes. So just kind of see how your animal responds to the frequencies. If they get kind of calm, then they're good. But if they get a little antsy, then I'd stop running frequencies.
So they have to be there when you check and when you run the frequency.
Now, I mean, they don't have to be there, but if you're curious about how much time to run them, and then I would just pay attention. Like maybe the first couple of times you run it on your dog, then just kind of pay attention to how she responds. But just
Mhm.
like us, after we start running frequencies more, we do better, right? But what about Tammy? What about for you for Bordy?
Well, I've done overnight. I've done an 8-hour run on him.
Okay.
I've watched them because I run a lot of them while I'm just sitting there with them, and he actually gets very relaxed. So, but I've not done creative homeopathy. I didn't think about that because he does have separation anxiety from me.
I remember that. Yeah.
Big
I
time.
hadn't thought of that either for animals until I saw Abby and it came to me.
Yeah, so I would like to try that.
Yeah.
Interestingly, though, today, so I take him to work with me, and I have been running frequencies on a skin tab that he has, just with the intention that it's gonna kind of slough off. And I've never ever seen him lick it. Today, when we were in our meeting, he licked it so much that it started to bleed. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it obviously, the frequency brought intention and focus to it, and he
Right.
noticed it. So I don't know if I overdid it, though I may have. But
I don't know. I mean, if it's something that is coming to the surface more to slough off, I don't know. It could just be changing.
it's like a mole. It's like a hanging mole. It's very
Uh-huh.
weird.
Huh.
I don't
Yeah.
really know, but anyway, it was just interesting. I noticed because I've only run, I think, 2 times on him, and the fact that he was licking it, I said, I almost feel like it made him realize he had it, and he was like trying to heal it by doing that.
What were you running on him for it?
Skin,
Like
scar.
just vibrating, or actually running it in the pink app?
No, I was actually running, yeah, but I didn't do it. I think I did it for whatever scars external, or I think it was for 20 minutes, maybe.
Okay. In the pink app, or are you saying you're vibrating? Yeah.
No,
So maybe,
yeah, yeah.
maybe just do a analysis on him tonight under skin in the blue app, and then vibrate on that for like 26 minutes and see if that kind of helps. And then also I think there's irritations in the animal.
Yeah, that always comes up for him.
Yeah.
And skin always comes up for him.
Yeah. And you have the animal programs in the pink app, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, yes, no, I do.
Yeah, because you
I do.
pay for the animal subscription. I thought you
Yep.
got that a while back. Yeah, cool. Yeah,
I have a question.
okay.
At the bottom of this, before you start analysis for the aura, it says include high negative relevancies.
Mhm.
So do you check that off, or?
You can, or you can, with what we're doing, you can absolutely check it off, because I'm not going through, I'm not really paying attention to everything all the way down. I'm kind of looking at the higher ones, but the negative relevancies are the negative ones, like negative, like if it comes up negative 0%, I don't, or negative like 5% or whatever. So try it out, see what comes up for you. Try both out, you know? I
Okay.
mean, I don't do that, but I think you could absolutely, and see, and just see which one you like better.
What's
Okay.
it actually do?
It just brings the negative relevancies are the ones, like it keeps going down the list, you know, so with the percentages, so then it'll keep going, including the negative, right?
Yeah, so it keeps going negative with those. I kind of think of it like when we talk about the accuracy of it. It's almost like a bullseye, right? So if you get that 99% accuracy, seeing it right there. But there's still all these other chakras it's going through, and it kind of spreads out to like a 50%, a 45%. So it kind of goes through the whole spectrum of what it's getting in that moment. If that makes sense.
And then so it's raising those negative vibrations then. Is that what that's doing?
It's not necessarily negative vibrations.
The negative, it's
It's-
in your report.
Mhm.
That's all it is. So it's showing
Oh,
you the
okay.
negative relevancies in the actual report that it comes up with.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Negative.
But
So-
that would help you to be able to understand what even more of what needs to be corrected.
Yeah, you could totally, yeah, you can absolutely include that. And then it includes a wider range of frequencies too. So, yeah,
Hey, John, I have a
Yeah.
question.
I only answer people that I see live. I'm sorry, Donna.
Okay, well, that's
I'm
okay.
just kidding.
I just got off my biomet, so there.
What,
There.
what's your question, my dear? Uh-oh.
So I've been listening to a lot of trainings
What
lately,
issues?
and something that I actually just learned, because I guess didn't understand it, but with the Pink app, when it goes every 10 seconds and it goes around to the different numbers, and you can actually watch the negative little by little coming up. It's like
Mhm.
every 10 seconds, it's like looking for the things that you need more of. And as you watch it go around and around and come back to the same things, typically the numbers will start to go up on the negatives little by little. Is that the
Yeah.
same? They're doing like the aura?
The
Or is that
aura
very
is,
different?
no, it's very different. So what you're talking about is the saturation levels. And that's when
Okay.
that specific frequency is running. So you're seeing that hertz running, and then underneath it shows the number. And that can
Yes, yeah.
range from 99% down to negative 99%. So that's your saturation level, right? And
Okay.
I love, I've told you, I've talked to you guys before, like I get a little obsessed watching my saturation levels sometimes, because it's so amazing to me. Like when I'm in the negative 99% and I'm running a program, I'm like, wow, I really need this. My frequencies are way under for, like whatever it is, whatever program. Like I get that a lot for like in my different digital nutrition that I run, or lots of different programs, but I can really see that my body or my energy field really needs that frequency based off of that, right? What Carolyn's asking about is when you write your focus statement and before you click start analysis, at the bottom it says include negative relevancies. Yeah.
Oh,
That-
okay.
And so that's the percentages, when you get it and it says 86% or 54%, that's the relevancies. So that's just asking you, do you want to include the negative relevancies in your analysis? And so it just depends on if you want to go that far down or not, right?
So
Yes,
is that going deeper?
it's like
into
going
something?
further away. It's like going further away from, like Brian was saying, kind of from the target. Like, when I say like I get 99% accuracies, that's like 100% relevant, right? It's got resonance, 100% relevant. So as it goes down, if you include negative relevancies, it's because it's just kind of going down the line of you know, from 99 all the way down. And so if you want to keep including those lower relevancies, you can. That's why I'm saying you can, and then you can get a lot more frequencies. Or if you are really into reading the analysis and only using it for very specific things, then you can have shorter, you know, not include the negative relevancies. So make sense?
Cool, thanks, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Lena?
So when you first do the aura, it just reads your aura and it does some sort of percentage. And then you ask it to analyze, and then it does another percentage. Which one is the one that is the one?
So in
It
the
does-
beginning, yeah, so in the beginning, it's just showing you the percentage of kind of where your chakras are, right? And then that's where I was saying, click on all of your chakras.
Yeah.
But that one you can actually, like, I find it, what I do, how I use that first part is I'll look to see where my chakras are. And if I see somebody like myself or somebody that I'm working with, that a certain chakra is really low in that area, like the other day I had somebody who had like, you know, 80s to 100% in every other chakra, but their crown chakra was at 36%. And I
It was
actually
me.
met,
It
it was you.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
So you want all of them to be 100%. That doesn't mean that I'm 100% accurate at reading myself or reading someone else, or it just
it
means
just means
that the
that's where
chakras that,
it's like that's where you're depleted, right? Like when you're at
well, it's
100%.
higher.
Yeah.
They're
So-
higher now off to your work.
And so that's why I ran in your frequency therapy session. One of the programs that I ran for you was crown chakra. And I also put crown chakra sound frequencies on you to help you have more connection, right? So that's how I use that analysis in that beginning part. And then I go into the statement and using it on a deeper level there. And that's really clearing up, like that's really showing you, okay, what's coming up ancestrally, soul ties, like, you know, energetic ties, all that kind of stuff that's kind of gunking you up. And then that's where you take that one. So you can use both analysis. The first one's just
Where
more,
did you get the,
huh?
where did you get the second one from? What was
How I
the
just
second
ran
one?
through, yeah, what we just did tonight, that second
Yeah.
analysis after you put your focus statement in, that's where you get that second analysis. The first one's just a very general chakra analysis, right? So it's
Mhm.
just showing you. And then, and kind of where you have like some, you know, things that aren't completely 100%.
Okay.
And the cool thing about
Thank
that
you.
too is like, let's say for example, you scan yourself that morning and you have like one thing at 100 and other things at 45, like your throat chakra might be at 45. And you decide to vibrate on it for like say 56 minutes. You know, you go throughout the day because that scan is in that moment right then. But we live in a dynamic world, so you may change. So in the afternoon, you know, it may go up. You know, some other things may go down. You know, we're always in flux. We're always in a state of constant dynamic motion.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the beauty of it too. So if you just kind of test that out, is to say, hey, I'll do one in the morning, one in the afternoon, just see what I look like at both those times, and they'll be absolutely different.
And you know, so I'll share with you when that came up for you. That happened the day before, and then I did another analysis the next day, and it was the same, that chakra was low. So then what I did was I went into your analysis in the blue under the resonance. I got out of the aura, went into the resonance and did your chakra analysis there. Cause I just wanted to, I was like, huh. And crown came up there as well. So that's where it really solidified for me that I needed to work on your crown.
Okay, thank you. Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Because this has been great and we're got a few more minutes and then we'll wrap it up. Nobody?
I like the idea that you've given us homework,
Good.
that you have something for us to focus on each week. That's
I
a very lovely idea.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's really effective. This is what I do with my coaching clients. So, you know, I help them to create that statement. And then I run frequencies on them and I give them a lot of different, like, what are we working on this week? What's something you can do? You know, we work a lot around that focus. So the more aware and the more intention you have, the more empowered you will be. And it's really amazing to start to get results on stuff that's like maybe frustrating you or bothering you. It's like, okay, well, let's change it. You have the power to do so. And you have an amazing tool to help you do that. So use your own power, use your tool with your Healy, and then come back and tell me all your great results, because we love to hear that.
Well, your positiveness, your enthusiasm, each of you, and your knowledge is so well presented with such ease that I thank you for that.
Oh, thank you, Zia. So kind.
You do it well.
Oh,
Dawn,
Yeah.
before you get off, if
Yeah.
if everyone's finished, can I ask you a couple questions?
yeah. Let me just
Yeah.
let me just give everybody a few reminders before we all
Okay.
head out. We have been meeting once a week for about 15 minutes for some we work for the greater good, and it's been really powerful. So if anybody wants to join us in that, we send out the emails of the time. It's literally, we're on 15-20 minutes max. So if you see that email come through, we also have a Telegram channel for our group, Elevated Life, and I posted on there as well. It says Elevated Life Healy is what the group actually name is. So if you're a Telegram person, join that, or watch out for the emails. But we just want to invite you guys. We have such amazing people in our group, and holding these intentions and using our Heelys and working together is really powerful. And really beautiful. Tammy, you've been on some of them, haven't you?
Yes, two of them. I actually was on last week's one, but I was on Sunday, but I was at work. So I did it by myself quietly and sent it out. So.
Yeah. And Elaine, I don't see you anymore. You disappeared.
I'm here.
Oh,
She's
you turned into a plant.
Yes, yes.
Elaine, but you had some amazing things come through too. So I just want to if you want to share anything about your experience with our little 15-minute.
They're so lovely. They're just something about the connection with such powerful people, true focus. I highly recommend it. Everyone would enjoy.
Yeah.
Which day is that, the 15-minute one together?
We did a couple Sunday mornings. One time we did a Thursday evening. We just we'll probably look at our schedule, because we didn't do it this weekend because we were gone. We do really like doing the Sunday morning. So we'll probably do next Sunday morning, and we'll put it out. Again, you'll get the email, and we're on Telegram. And again, it's just 15 minutes where we hold one intention together. I give you one Healy free program to run. We all started at the same time. We really connect in and do what we're here to do, to bring the light and work together. So I just wanted to share that. And then also, I share this all the time. If you want to do a remote session and you want to learn how to do that, I love to teach that, and to bring set it up with me, bring somebody on Zoom with me, and the three of us, I'll show you how to do a remote session. I can answer any questions that your person has, and then you get to learn by doing it. And it's really, I can't tell you enough how remote sessions help you to really understand the power of the Healy. So however you're using it, even if you're only using it for yourself, you could do a remote session for your sister's dog. Whatever you want to do, let me help you do that remote session, so that you can really understand that this little thing is so powerful and can work around the world, and you can help a lot of people in your life. So, and then last, they extended the sale. I know that people yesterday we found that out, or day before, I don't know when I found that out, this weekend. And So the professional models are on sale this month still for the $1,500 price until a couple new launches are coming out. So if you haven't gotten one, or you know somebody who wants a
Only
Healy,
until the 6th. Only until the 6th at whatever time it is there in California. It's, 6 PM Eastern time of the 6th.
on April?
Yes, the price.
Oh, I thought it was for the whole month. Good thing Donna's
No.
on.
No. It's only until it was just because it was so successful. And again, a lot of people didn't get in, so they just decided to give it that extra 6 days.
That's
Oh,
only 2 days, 2 more days.
Yes, exactly. That's why I said that.
Wow.
huh. Well, I had that one wrong. Good thing. Celine, tell the people.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
What is
We had-
that for? Is that just for the professional Healy?
Yeah, it's normally 4,000. It's on sale for 1,500. So,
Okay.
I don't know how I got that one wrong, but maybe because I was really busy over the weekend and I read it very quickly. So,
We had a number of doctors buy like 5 or 6 or 7. And I was just like, what? And some of them are doing it to use in their office, but others of them were doing it. And I never even thought of this, but they were buying them at that price because they figured in a couple months when they were 4,000, they could sell them for 3,000. People still get a deal and they'd make all their money back and more. And I thought, okay, you guys are just you're just thinking way further ahead than I was.
yeah, but if you just even think about buying 1 or 2, if you do have a practice, and putting them in different emails, right? Because that was the thing, right, Donna, that you have to have it's easier to transfer it if it's on a different email, or no?
It's easier to transfer to, yes, if it's on a different email.
And then that way, say you had a patient, like Celine, say you had a patient that, you were talking to about it at the end of April, but the sale's already over, then you could possibly have one for them to buy and then just transfer it over to them that you haven't even used yet. So that is an option. That's a good idea, but I'm glad that Donna has the 411,
Yes.
because clearly I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the whole month of April, yay. All right, got 2 days, everybody, 2 days.
Yeah.
So,
Shocker. Okay.
I know. All
Thanks
right,
for the idea.
so, yep, I'm gonna stop the recording. Thanks, everybody, for tonight.